wrong. Do you ever meet someone who has the exact same astrological sign as you do, yet you guys are completely different? That's because astrology is way more complex than our one sign. Each individual is a combination of multiple signs. For instance, I'm a Gemini, and I might be completely different than the Gemini I meet. That's because each person has a mix of a sun sign, a moon sign, and a rising sign, plus a whole bunch of other signs. So today I'm going to talk about the difference between sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. So the way I like to describe the sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign is as follows. Let's say it's your first time meeting someone. You'll go and you'll shake your hand and you'll say hello. That is your rising sign. Because you're not really showing who you are completely. You're showing your mask. You're showing your more professional self, your public self. That is rising sign. And then you sit down, you have a cup of coffee with them, and you talk with them. Then your sun sign comes out. It's a bit more personal. And then you'll really get to know them. You're in love with this person, you go home with them, you get to know them a little bit more intimately. That's moon sign energy. Your sun sign governs your human self. It's your identity, individuality, personality. It's all like the human traits. It's really you globally. I'm gonna put a chart right here with all the dates to know your sun sign. So to know it's like between this day and this day. For instance, I'm born on May 30th. Which means that my sun sign is Gemini. So I don't believe in cusps. I feel like you're either one sign or the other. So let's say you're born on May 22nd. You would be considered a Gemini. Yet you're close to the Taurus season, so you'd have a bit of that energy in your sun sign. The sun affects us. The sun is like the biggest thing that affects us between all the planets. Between the moon, the sun, all the different planets, the stars, it's the sun that really gives us all the energy. So your sun sign is predominantly you, I'd say. It has a big influence on who you are. So for the most part, I have a lot of Gemini energy because it's my sun sign. Gemini is an air sign and it's mutable. So for most of my days, I tend to be quite social and talkative and youthful. So next up is moon sign. So the moon is also dependent on your birthday, but the moon changes every 2 to 3 days. To know what your moon sign is, I suggest researching it online or with books, or by googling moon sign calculator, and then you put your birthday and your birth time, and it will tell you what your moon sign is. And I have to say, knowing your birth time is really important. So I recommend asking your parents, or even calling the hospital if you need to, like get your birth time exact. Your moon sign is usually the last thing you see within someone. It's more hidden, it's your inside. Like sun sign is the human aspect of a person, I feel like the moon sign is the soul aspect of a person. It's your emotional self. So I feel like your moon sign comes out when you're really comfortable. So usually when you're alone, or around people you trust, or around family. It's not really a public type of energy. So my sun sign is Gemini, but my moon sign is Scorpio. Which means when I'm out with friends, I might be in a Gemini mode, but when I'm at home with like my sister, I'll have a Scorpio type of energy. So Scorpio is a water sign, so I feel like at home, around people I trust, I become a little bit more sensitive. I become a bit more hidden. I become a bit more magical. So those are like Scorpio qualities. So the third important astrological aspect of a person is rising or ascendant sign. So your rising sign is determined on what sign was rising on the eastern horizon the exact moment of your birth. So this changes every 2 to 3 hours. That's why your birth time is super important on this one. So your rising sign is your mask. It's your public self. So again, going back to the cup of coffee example, when you first meet someone, it's rising sign. First encounter, your rising sign. You're a little bit not showing yourself completely. You sit down, have a cup of coffee, sun sign. You go home, you sleep with them, that's moon sign. So it's your mask, your rising sign. Your rising sign is also like what you look like. It's how you want to be come across. So it can be the clothes you wear, the way you do your hair, the first interactions you meet with someone, it's rising sign. So I have to say, like, people's rising signs are still an authentic representation of themselves. But take my hand. My hand is full of nail polish, jewelry, and bracelets. This is the rising sign. Okay? You remove the nail polish, remove the rings, remove everything else, you would just see a blank hand. That would be sun sign. But then you go into my hand, and you see like the bones and the blood and like the organs, well not my hands, but the inside of my hands, that would be the moon sign. So my rising sign is Aquarius, which is an air fixed sign. Aquarius tend to be a little bit different from everyone else. And I feel like that's the way I dress. I try to look a little bit different than everyone else. I don't like to look bold like a Leo rising would like to look like. I just like to look a little different. And when I first meet someone, I like to come across free-spirited yet intellectual, which I think is Aquarius energy. So again, because energy is non-materialistic, your energy won't be exactly rising sign, sun sign, moon sign. You could be a mix of 2 or 3 or more. Since at work, I feel like predominantly I'm a mix of sun energy and rising energy. I'm keeping all my emotions and all my inner stuff like kept away because it's not the place to do it at work sometimes. So at work, I'm a mix of my sun and rising energy. But let's say I'm at home chilling with friends, I might be a mix of my sun energy and my moon energy. I might be a little bit more sensitive with my friends or with my family or with my loved ones. I really recommend everyone to look up their astrological charts, really looking inwards and noticing your different types of energies coming out at different circumstances. It can really help you evolve spiritually. Not only does it help to understand yourself, I think it's also pretty important to understand the people around you. I'm Gemini, Scorpio, Aquarius. I'm air, water, air. So people who are fire, earth, fire are quite different than I am. So once you understand your energies, and you could really understand other people's energies, I feel like it's a way to really appreciate others. So today I only talked about rising sign, moon sign, and sun sign, but there's even more signs than that. Astrology is so complex. We also have a Mars sign, a Venus sign, we also have houses. I really recommend you go research on your chart, do some reading, get a book, but also read more than one book. Read more than one book, read more than one site, do a lot of research on astrology to really get to know yourself. And then study yourself, really look inward and look at the energy you're in. Is it an airy energy? Is it a fiery energy? Are you in public? Are you alone? Look deep inside yourself. And then look at other people. Look at other people when they first meet someone, until you really get to know them. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Astrology is awesome. I love astrology. I love astrology. Bye.